Now let's study halt instruction. So what is this halt instruction? Notice one thing. When we execute a program, then what happens? We execute all the instructions one by one after one. And for every instruction, what we do? For every instruction, we fetch the instruction, we decode the instruction, and we execute the instruction. So for every instruction, there is a cycle. There is a fetch execute cycle for every instruction. In your program, you have many instructions. What you will do? To execute a program, you will execute all these instructions. So basically, for every instruction, this fetch execute cycle you will do. So I can say that you are repeatedly doing this fetch execute cycle, fetch execute cycle, fetch execute cycle, fetch execute. Yes or no? So this fetch execute, this cycle you will repeatedly do. Yes or no? Now you tell me when to stop. When to stop? When the program will stop? Let me know when the program will stop. Let me tell you, the program will stop if you put some halt instruction. Okay, so there is an assembly language instruction. This special instruction is there, halt instruction. This halt instruction, if you put, then the program execution will stop. Is this point clear? Or what you do, if you don't want to put the halt instruction, then what you have to do? You have to switch off the system. Okay, you have to turn off your system. So very simple. So remember, this is a very simple point. This execution cycle we have already seen. You start the program execution from the first instruction. Then you can see you will face the next instruction, you will decode, and then you will execute. So this cycle will keep going on. Tell me, okay, till when this cycle will keep going on? This fetch execute cycle, till when it will keep going on? It will keep going on until you come across halt instruction. So once you come across halt instruction, what will happen? Once you come across halt instruction, this cycle is broken. Is this clear? When you come to halt instruction, this cycle will be broken. Then there will be no execution. So very simple, this halt instruction, this is a very special instruction just to halt the execution of the program. Means CPU will halt the execution. Okay, this cycle will be broken. This cycle will be broken. You can see. So once you come to the halt instruction, remember, this fetch execute cycle will be broken. Is this understood? Let me know. Is this point clear? So quite simple. This is the point. So you can read this. Okay, just read this. So you can see program execution will halt only if either you turn off your machine, either you switch off your machine, or some kind of, I can say, error comes. Okay, some kind of error comes, or this is important, a program instruction that will halt the computer is encountered. And this program instruction is your halt instruction. This is your halt instruction. Did you understand? Let me know. So what is the functionality of halt instruction? Tell me. What is the functionality of halt instruction? This will simply stop the program execution. Okay, the program execution will be stopped. This will simply stop the program execution. This will break this cycle. What it will do? It will break this fetch execute cycle. This fetch execute cycle will be broken. Okay, this will be broken. That's it. So when you encounter this instruction, this is a very special instruction. Remember, this instruction, this is a special instruction, I can say, very special instruction. So when you come across this instruction, then the program execution will stop. Okay, program execution is going to stop. Very simple. Is this clear? The main important thing that I want to tell you, see, when you come to the halt instruction, what the correct thing? Actually, the correct thing is when you come to the halt instruction, this fetch execute cycle will be broken. Yes or no? Yes or no? For every instruction in the program, let's assume in a program you have 100 instructions. Then for every instruction, this is happening: fetch execute, fetch execute, fetch execute, fetch execute, and so on. But when you come to the halt, okay, when you come across the halt instruction, then what will happen? This cycle will be broken. Is this understood? Then this cycle will not repeat. Okay, then these things will not happen. So you can see this cycle will be completely broken once you come across the halt instruction. So this is the point. So you can see program execution will halt only if either you turn off your machine or some kind of error will occur, or a program instruction that will halt the computer is encountered. And this program instruction is your halt instruction. So this is a very special instruction which will stop the execution of program. Okay, it will break the fetch execute cycle. So this is the point. I hope you understood. Okay, so let's see this question. Let's see this program. Before this program, one thing also I want to tell you. Actually, when let's assume this is your program. In this program, you have many instructions. There are, for example, I1 is there, I2 is there, many instructions are there. And let's assume here you have the halt instruction. Okay, here you have halt instruction, here you have I1 instruction, I2 instruction, and these are the addresses. Okay, these are the addresses. Let's assume this is address 100, this is address 101. Okay, this is, let's assume 100 to 200. Okay, now you can see this is your halt instruction. Now, when this halt instruction will go to the CPU, then what will happen? See, let me tell you. First, let's assume that this I2 instruction, when this will go to the CPU, then what will happen? When this I2 instruction, when this is inside the instruction register, okay, now what will happen? Now the program execution will stop or not? Now the program execution will stop or not? Program execution will not stop. Yes or no? Now what will happen? You will do the decoding. Okay, you will do the decoding and then you will do execute. First you will do the decoding, then you will execute. And then what you will do? Then fetch next instruction. Then fetch next instruction. Right? Yes or no? So these things will happen. But when this halt instruction you will fetch, okay, once you fetch in the instruction register, when you fetch it, please tell me one more thing. Before fetching, do you know is this halt instruction or not? Before fetching, do you know at this location you have halt instruction or not? We don't know. Yes or no? Before fetching, before decoding, we don't know. So remember, at this location, which instruction you have, we do not know before fetching, before decoding. So when you fetch it, then what we will do? Then we will decode. Okay. But when we decode, then what we will see? We will see the control unit will see that, okay, this is halt instruction. The control unit will see that this is halt instruction. So now what the control unit will do? That will stop the clock. Okay, that will stop the clock, or I can say that will stop the program execution. Now remember, after this, no further execution will happen. Okay, when you decode and you decode that this is a halt instruction. Okay, you decode that, okay, this is a halt instruction. So now what will happen after this? What will happen? After this, execution stops. That's it. After this, execution stops. Execution stops, or I can simply say stop the clock. Stop the clock. Okay, means no further execution will happen. Is this clear? Let me know. And what will be the program counter value? When you fetch it before decoding, the program counter value will be what? Please tell me. See, when you fetch it, I don't know what is this instruction, because first we have to decode this instruction. What is this instruction? I do not know. Before decoding, I do not know what is this instruction. Yes or no? So you tell me, when I fetch it, let's assume when I fetch it, then I don't know is this halt instruction or not. Okay. Once I decode, then I will find out, okay, this is halt instruction. Okay. Once I find out that this is halt instruction, then the execution will stop. Okay. But before that, the program counter value will be 201. That will become 201. Yes or no? So very simple. Okay. So that's it. One more thing I want to tell you. In some computers, there are some computers, what they will do? There are some computers, in some, let me just tell you, in some CPUs, not in all of them, but in some CPUs, there is a special flag for it. There is a special flag. There is a special flag in the flag register. In the flag register. And this special flag is called run flag. What this is called? This is called run flag. What it means? When this run flag is set, what this means? If this run flag is set, then it means program is execution is happening. Yes or no? Is this clear? Remember, very simple. In some CPUs, there is a special flag in the flag register. This flag is run flag. Okay. The name itself is telling you. When it is set, it means we are executing the program. It means CPU executing program. It means CPU executing a program. Okay. And when this is 0, it means CPU has halted. Okay. Is this clear? This simply means halt. So remember, for this halt instruction, in some CPUs, not in all of them, but in some CPU, there is a run flag. The name itself is telling you, if this run flag is set, then it means CPU is executing the program. And if this run flag is 0, then it means the program execution, no program execution is going on. Yes or no? No program execution going on. Is this clear? No program execution going on. Simple, very simple point. So what will happen? This is what I'm telling you, that when you see this decode, when you see this halt instruction after decoding, when you decode this instruction, you will find out this is halt instruction. So when you find out this is halt instruction, then what you will do? Then what you will do? This run flag, you will make it 0. Okay. This run flag, you will make it 0. This run flag, you will make it 0. And that automatically means that execution has stopped. Okay. So this is the point. I hope you understood. For example, let's see this program. You can see in this program, there is a halt instruction. This simply means program ends. This halt instruction, this simply means program ends. Okay. Let me tell you one more thing. In many computers, in many CPUs, the opcode for halt is all zeros. This is the opcode for halt. You will see this in most of the CPU. Okay. In most of the CPU, the opcode for halt, that is all zero. This is the opcode for halt. It simply means program ends. Okay. You just tell me when the program will end, what will be the program counter value? You tell me the program counter value when the program will end. When program halts. When program halts, then what is the program counter value? That will be simply 8. Yes or no? That will be simply 8. Because when you fetch it, then the program counter value will become 8. Okay. So that will be simply 8. Now let me tell you some misconceptions related to halt instructions. In the halt instructions, many misconceptions are there. Okay. Let me tell you what are the misconceptions. First, let me tell you, and I will also give you the proof from many standard sources. I will tell you why these are the misconceptions. So let's see what are the misconceptions in the halt instruction. So actually there are some teachers, they will teach you like this. They will teach like this, that this halt instruction, if this halt instruction is at the location 200, okay, at the location 200, if this halt instruction is there, then this halt instruction is an unconditional jump. They will say, some teachers, they will say that this is an unconditional jump. And this is an unconditional jump, and this will call its own location. This halt instruction will call its own location. Means this is an unconditional jump to its own location. Okay. So this type of concept they will teach you. Let me tell you, all these things, they are misconception. Okay. This, if you have already seen this, is there anyone here? Is there any Go classes student who has studied this type of misconception, this type of nonsense? Let me know. That halt instruction is an unconditional jump. It will call itself. Means when you execute the halt instruction, then it will again call itself. And so basically what will happen? What will happen now? When you execute the halt instruction, then what will happen? It will call itself. Means, okay, it will keep executing itself. It will keep jumping to itself. Means the program will execute infinitely. Means the program executes infinitely. Program executes infinitely. Okay, this is what they will say. Let me tell you this entire story. This is a misconception. Okay, this entire story is wrong, and this is a misconception. This is a misconception, and this is wrong. Okay, this entire thing, this is a very big nonsense. Okay, so actually, let me tell you, if you study any standard resource, you can study any standard book, William Stallings, Morris Mano, Carl Hemcher, Patterson. You can study any standard book. You can study any university articles, standard resources. You can study Oxford, Berkeley, whatever. Okay, on the internet, any standard resource you study. Okay, you will never find this type of nonsense. Basically, this concept that you see on the screen, this is taught by some teachers in some coaching institutes, but this is purely self-made. These faculties, these teachers, they have self-made this concept. Okay, this is not based on any standard resource. There is not a single standard resource which have this type of concept. Not in any standard book, You can study any standard book, Carl Hemcher, Morris Mano, okay, whatever standard book you study. This type of concept you will never find. Is this clear? So this is a nonsense. So this is a misconception. And actually thousands of the students every year, they study this concept because this concept is taught by some faculties of very big institutes. Okay. So that is the reason I'm telling you that thousands of students every year, they study this type of wrong nonsense concepts they study. And there is a gate question on this. Let me tell you, there is a gate exam question on this, that what will be the program counter value once your program execution is over. For example, let me tell you, like this type of question is there in the gate exam. This type of question is there, that let's assume this is 200. Okay. Then you tell me, when the program execution will be halted, means when you execute this halt instruction, after that program counter value will be what? Program counter value after program halts. After program halts, what will be the program counter value? The correct answer will be 201. The correct answer will be this. Yes or no? The correct answer will be 201. This is the correct answer. This is the correct answer. But if some student is learning this nonsense concept, then what they will answer? Please tell me. If some student is learning this nonsense concept that at 200, if you have at this location, if you have halt instruction, then it will jump to its own location. Means the program will execute infinitely. The program will keep executing. So if some student is following this nonsense material, then what will be the answer the student will write? The student will write 200. Yes or no? Agree with me? Which is a nonsense. Is this clear? Which is a misconception. Please tell me, did you understand? This is a gate question, literally. Okay, you can check it out. This is actually a gate question. There is a gate question on this, for which the correct answer will be something like this. And because of misconception, your answer will be something like this. And you have lost because of this misconception. What will happen? You have lost 2 marks, which you could have taken. 2 plus 0.066. These many marks gone. Yes or no? So this is the simple point. Now let me tell you that this, you can see, let me give you some standard resources. This is Oxford. This slide is taken from Oxford. You can see the halt instruction, that simply means stop the clock. Okay. This is the meaning. This is the meaning of halt instruction. The opcode is all 0. You can see this is from Oxford. You can check it out. You can go to this link and you can check it out. Similarly, this is also from Oxford. Here you can see the program will eventually halt. Okay, the program will eventually halt. Here, just read this line, that halting simply means stop the clock. Okay, halting simply stops the clock. Okay, let's see this one. You can see here, halt means program ends. Okay, this is also from Oxford. Next, you can see this is from some university. You can check it out. Okay, so this is from another university. Here you can easily see, you can see the line. You can see the halt instruction tells the CPU to stop executing altogether. Okay, read this line. The halt instruction, there is a special instruction. There is a special instruction, halt instruction, tells the CPU to stop executing altogether. It will tell the CPU to stop executing altogether. Means complete execution is over. The complete execution is over. Is this clear? Similarly, you can read this line. If the instruction is halt instruction, then break out of fetch execute loop. Is this clear? Read this line. If instruction is halt instruction, then break out of fetch execute loop and exit the program. Is this clear? All the standard resources I am giving you. This is another standard resource. Here you can read, during the fetch execute cycle, the program counter will keep getting incremented to the next instruction. The program instructions are executed sequentially until the halt instruction, which will stop the program. Okay, the halt instruction, it will stop the program. You can see this is Yale University. This is Yale University. Okay, a top university. You can read here also. The same thing you can read here also. Okay, so you can see this process. Which process? The fetch execute process. Remember, this fetch execute cycle, this process will continue until until a halt instruction is executed. Okay. So you can see this fetch execute, fetch execute, fetch execute, fetch execute. This will continue. This will continue until a halt instruction is executed. Okay. Is this clear? And similarly, you can notice here, there is a run flag. You can see there is something called run flag. So when you halt, then run flag 0. Okay. Just make it 0. So when you halt, then make it 0. Is this clear? There is a run flag that I told you. In some CPU, there is a run flag. You can see this is another article. You can see in this article also, you can notice there the halt instruction, or you can say HLT. This will stop the instruction execute. What it will do? You can see it will stop the instruction execution and it will place the processor in the halt state. Okay. It will place the processor in the halt state. And one more thing here, you can see. Okay. You can see this. If an interrupt is used to resume the execution after the halt instruction, see, read this line. Very interesting line. Read this. If an interrupt is used to resume execution after the halt instruction, then the saved instruction pointer. What is instruction pointer? That is program counter, right? That is the another name for program counter. What is the another name for program counter? That is instruction pointer. Yes or no? That is instruction pointer, or I can say instruction address register. Instruction address register. So you can see here, this is a very interesting line. You can see the saved instruction pointer means the program counter, the saved program counter. What that will be? That will point to the instruction which is following the halt instruction. Is this clear? See, the program counter will point to the instruction that is following the halt instruction. Okay. So all these standard resources I have given to you. So this is nonsense. This thing is nonsense that halt instruction is a unconditional jump and it will call its own address and it will run infinitely. Okay. All these things are pure nonsense. But you will be shocked. Let me tell you, you will be shocked. Every year, more than 1,000 students are learning this nonsense concept, which is not found in any standard resource. Okay. And if someone is watching this video and if you have already studied this nonsense concept, if this misconception you have already studied from someone, then this is my suggestion to you. Ask that person. Okay. Whoever has taught you this nonsense concept, or I can say this misconception, ask that faculty, please give at least one standard resource, at least one standard book, at least one standard university article, give at least one standard resource where your nonsense is written. Okay, where this misconception, or I can say where this is written. Is this clear? Actually, these are self-made concepts of these faculties. In Hindi, there is a word, mangadant. Yes or no? Mangadant. So these are mangadant concepts made by these faculties, and students who are learning these wrong concepts, I can say they can lose marks. They can lose 2.66 marks in the GATE exam, which they can easily get if they understand the correct concept. If they study the correct concept, they can easily get. Okay. So very simple. Is this clear? Did you understand the halt instruction? Please tell me. Did you clearly understand the halt instruction and this misconception? Is there anyone here? Is there anyone here live right now who has already seen this misconception? Have you seen this misconception somewhere related to halt instruction? This misconception, have you seen? Okay, it is good that you are directly learning from Go classes, because notice one thing. In Go classes, we are teaching you from the standard resources. For every concept, we are giving you the screenshot of the standard resources. Okay, basically, whatever we are teaching you in the Go classes, everything is taught from standard resources. For everything, we are giving you the standard resources screenshot. So that is the reason I can say there is no Mangadan concept in Go classes. So because we always follow many standard resources, several standard resources we follow, more than 10 standard resources we follow to teach you any concept. Okay, I hope you understood.